The Cestui Que Vie Trust, or CQV Trust, is an ancient legal instrument shrouded in mystery and misconception. This unique type of trust, with roots dating back to medieval England, has long fascinated legal scholars and historians alike. Its archaic name, derived from the French phrase for the life of one who lives, hints at its purpose to manage the estate of a person presumed missing or dead. CQV trusts have been the subject of much debate and speculation, with some claiming they are used for nefarious purposes, such as concealing assets or exploiting beneficiaries. However, a closer examination reveals a more nuanced picture. CQV trusts are complex legal entities with a rich history and a specific purpose to protect property and provide for individuals in uncertain circumstances. This essay will delve into the origins, purpose, and implications of CQV trusts, separating fact from fiction and exploring their continued relevance in the modern world. We will journey through history, examining the evolution of these trusts from their origins in the reign of Henry VIII to their present-day application. Through this exploration, we aim to shed light on the often misunderstood CQV trust, revealing its true nature as a valuable legal tool designed to navigate the complexities of human existence. The seeds of the CQV Trust were sown during a period of great maritime exploration and expansion in England. Henry VIII, the Tudor king famed for his 6 wives and the English Reformation, also presided over a burgeoning seafaring nation. English ships and sailors ventured to distant lands in search of trade, riches, and new territories. These voyages, fraught with peril and uncertainty, often resulted in sailors going missing. Weeks, months, or even years could pass without word from those who had set sail. This absence posed a significant problem for families left behind, who were left in legal and financial limbo. Without confirmation of death, it was impossible to legally declare a missing sailor deceased and distribute their assets. Wives were unable to remarry, inheritances remained in stasis, and businesses suffered without clear ownership. To address this, the concept of the Cestui Que Vie Trust emerged. This legal mechanism allowed for the management of a missing person's estate during their absence, with the presumption that they might still be alive. While the concept of the CQV Trust began to take shape under Henry VIII, it was during the Restoration era, under the reign of Charles II, that these trusts were formalized and codified. The Statute of Frauds, enacted in 1677, provided a legal framework for CQV trusts, establishing clear guidelines for their creation and execution. This statute stipulated that all trusts, including CQV trusts, had to be documented in writing. This requirement brought greater transparency and accountability to the process, ensuring that the interests of both the missing person and their beneficiaries were protected. The Statute of Frauds marked a significant step in the development of CQV trusts, transforming them from a loosely defined practice into a legally recognized and regulated instrument. This legislation solidified their place within the English legal system, paving the way for their continued use in the centuries that followed. Section 4. The purpose of CQV trusts: safeguarding estates and protecting beneficiaries. At its core, the CQV Trust serves as a safety net, protecting the assets and interests of individuals who are no longer present to manage their affairs. Whether due to disappearance, incapacitation, or simply being declared missing, the CQV Trust ensures that their property and financial well-being are safeguarded. Imagine a merchant embarking on a perilous voyage to the East Indies. He creates a CQV Trust, naming his wife as the beneficiary. Should he vanish at sea, presumed lost, the trust springs into action. The trustee, a trusted friend or advisor, steps in to manage the merchant's affairs, ensuring his wife and children are provided for. This example highlights the essence of the CQV Trust: to bridge the gap between absence and certainty, providing a mechanism for managing assets and supporting dependents when an individual is no longer able to do so themselves. It's a testament to the foresight of English law, recognizing the need for such provisions in an unpredictable world. Section 5. Creation and presumptions: how CQV trusts are established. The creation of a CQV trust hinges on a crucial factor: the presumption of life. Unlike traditional trusts that are activated upon death, CQV trusts are formed on the assumption that the individual, known as the Cestui Que Vie, is still alive, although their whereabouts are unknown. This presumption forms the foundation of the trust. It allows for the management of the missing person's estate without requiring definitive proof of their demise. This is particularly relevant in cases of disappearance where confirming death can be challenging or impossible. To establish a CQV trust, several elements must be in place. First, a grantor. This is the individual who creates the trust and possesses the assets to be placed within it. Second, a trustee. This is the person or entity entrusted with managing the assets within the trust. Third, beneficiaries. These are the individuals or entities designated to benefit from the trust's assets. And fourth, the Cestui Que Vie. This is the missing person whose life dictates the duration of the trust. Once these elements are in place and the trust is documented in writing, it becomes legally binding. The trustee assumes their responsibilities, managing the assets and distributing them to the beneficiaries according to the terms stipulated by the grantor. Section 6. Life under a CQV trust: implications and limitations for beneficiaries. Life under a CQV trust presents a unique set of circumstances for beneficiaries. While they are entitled to certain benefits from the trust, their access to these assets is contingent upon the life of the Cestui Que Vie. This creates a complex situation where beneficiaries are in a state of legal and financial limbo, unsure of their long-term prospects. For instance, a beneficiary might receive regular payments from the trust to cover living expenses. However, they may be restricted from selling assets or making significant financial decisions without the consent of the trustee. This can be particularly challenging if the Cestui Que Vie remains missing for an extended period. The uncertainty inherent in CQV trusts can be emotionally taxing for beneficiaries. They're caught between hoping for the return of the missing person and the realization that their own financial future is intertwined with the unknown fate of another. This delicate balance is a defining characteristic of life under a CQV trust.